This video is sponsored by Manscaped, the best in men's grooming. Manscaped is known for their elite bald skills, a little bit like myself. But with the beard hedger, they're helping people notice that pretty face too. Our friends at Manscaped are now focusing on their off-the-ball movement with their Beard Hedger Pro Kit. The Beard Hedger Face Trimmer is a waterproof, cordless trimmer which has 20 hair cutting lengths, all with just one guard, so no more messy drawers full of extra add-ons. The trimmer has a titanium coated T-blade which is tough on hair but smooth on your face. Just because Manscaped have moved away from the groin doesn't mean they've lost track of the ball, unlike Joe Gomez. They still have the Lawnmower 4.0, the best hygiene tool to help you keep the grass on the pitch the perfect length. The Lawnmower 4.0 ceramic blade reduces cuts and nicks in your most sensitive areas. Unlike me, the trimmer's battery lasts 90 minutes, meaning you could shave your nether regions the length of an entire match if you wanted. You can get a wide range of packages and products at manscaped.com. What's more, you can get 20% off and free delivery using our code Anfield20 at manscaped.com. Celebrate the new season of the beautiful game with your newly beautiful balls and face. I don't know why they say newly beautiful. My face is always beautiful. Look at it. It's amazing. What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this West Ham preview here on Anfield Agenda. The Reds obviously taking on David Moyes' men on Sunday, and our watch along will be starting right here on Anfield Agenda from 1 PM, and I hope you can join us for it. I'm going to do what I always do now, which is go through my predicted 11 and my score prediction ahead of the game. Obviously, I want to ram Michail Antonio's words right back down his throat, so I hope that the Reds can pick up the victory, but I want to know your thoughts on my 11 and my score prediction in the comment section. On my preview for the last Glyn's game, I actually flukily got the score prediction right at 3-1, so let's hope we can keep on rolling. And again, we're going to be the watch along from 1 PM with a full post-match content and stuff as well. Apologies, there was no match content around the game, the Europa League game yesterday. I've been unwell and I wasn't able to stream, so hope you can understand that. And I'm going to get straight into it. So let's start off as always with a little look at Liverpool squad availability. There are still some questions over Trent Alexander-Arnold's availability as of right now. I think he's going to be okay, and I've included him in my predicted 11, but if he isn't available, we'll just slot Joe Gomez in. Thiago obviously isn't available. Jurgen Klopp also confirmed that Gravenberch didn't have an injury after the last game. It was cramp that made him have to come off, because obviously he hasn't had a lot of football, so that's totally understandable. That being said, I think the rest of it is going to be fairly straightforward. No new concerns for the Reds. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So we will start off, as we always like to do, with the score prediction. And this is what I've gone for. I think Liverpool will win, but I think it's going to be hard work. So as you can see, I've gone for a 2-1 victory for the Reds. I never feel comfortable these days about us keeping clean sheets. I'd love to be wrong. I really would. I'd love for Liverpool to put West Ham to the sword, 3-4-0, keep a clean sheet. We'd all have a great Sunday. But I'm trying to be realistic. I do rate West Ham, and you got to give James Ward-Prowse a lot of credit, by the way. I think he's had a goal involvement in every one of the games so far this season. So full credit to him, full credit to West Ham, but I still stand over it, and I'm sure you guys probably agree. I wouldn't have wanted him at Liverpool Football Club. I don't think it's a good fit, whereas maybe at West Ham, it is a good fit. He's a very David Moyes type of player. Paqueta obviously been in good form for them as well this season, and the loss of Declan Rice hasn't really sent them off the rails, which a lot of us feared it could have. So, still expecting a tough game, but let's have a look at the Liverpool side now and see what 11 I think Jurgen Klopp is going to go with. And of course, I want you guys to let me know if you agree or disagree. So we'll do what we always do. Start off with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs, and no surprises here. Fully expect that it's going to be Alisson Becker to return in goal. A quick word on Caoimhín Kelleher, actually. Felt really unlucky for him yesterday. Nothing he could have done about that last Glyn's goal. It was an absolute wonder strike. Defensively, of course, we could have done better, but I thought Caoimhín handled himself very well. Made a good save with his left foot. Yes, it was offside, but he didn't know that when he made the save. So, still happy for him, and hope Jurgen continues to use him in the Europa League and maybe the League Cup. But it's back to the Premier League, and of course Alisson Becker will return in goal. Centre-back pairings, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, and let's be honest, they didn't really cover themselves in glory against last Glyn's. Konate I thought was particularly weak. there was a couple of occasions he was getting pushed off the ball far too easily by players much smaller than him. And I'd like to see him use that physicality of his a little bit more. And he's got to be up for the battle, or he's going to have to be up for the battle, I say, against Michail Antonio, because he's not going to shirk that physicality. So we need our central defenders to be at it. Moving into the full-back positions now, again, no real surprises here. If Trent's fit and available, Trent will be at right back, and it'll be Andy Robertson at left back. Now, interesting to see Kloppo go with Stefan Bajcetic away against Las Glins. I thought it was actually very clever from Jurgen, because we know he can play in the 6. So I thought it was quite clever to put him at right back. Obviously, the yellow card he picked up meant he was walking a bit of a tightrope throughout the game, but it was a decent, solid outing for the first time this season from the start. That being said, I reckon it'll be Trent at right back. If he's not available, I think Joe Gomez will probably come in to cover Trent on the right hand side. And if he does, excuse me, I think you'll all agree it would be far better if he just stays at right back. I hope Jurgen learned that lesson, that if Trent's not available and Gomez has to play at right back, just leave him as a right back. Don't try to have him in this hybrid inverted role, because Joe Gomez just isn't capable of playing it. But I think he'd be an okay deputy at right back. On the other side, well, Andy Robertson should be in flying form. His captain's performance in the last game against Wolves was top notch. Obviously got himself a goal in it, but it was a fine performance from him. So more of that from Robbo, please. Moving into the centre of the park now, my friends. I'm going to surprise you, I think, here. So I've gone for McAllister, Szoboszlai and Jones. And the problem at number 6 still persists for me, because I'm not convinced by Endo yet. I'm not writing him off yet either. I just think he needs more time. Bajcetic, I don't think will start this game. I don't think he's in enough of a rhythm yet that he could go from Thursday to Sunday this quickly and start it. I'm also not convinced that Gravenberch is going to be up to the speed of the Premier League enough to justify starting him in this game. Also, he had the cramp issues at the end of the last one. So then we're kind of left with the same situation of, what do we do? So I think we'll probably see McAllister deployed in that number 6 role again, albeit not ideal. I'd prefer to have Alexis McAllister a bit further up the pitch. And then I think it'll be Dominic Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones ahead. And I've got no issues with that. I think both those guys more than justify their positions. Szoboszlai's been absolutely top-notch since he's come in. And for somebody who's just 22 years of age, he just smacks of leadership for me. So that's the midfield I've gone with. I did have some concerns though when we move into attack. I was very unsure what to do through the middle in particular, and I think again I might surprise a couple of you with my selection. Starting in the wide areas though, no real surprises here. It'll be Mohamed Salah on the right hand side and Lucho on the left hand side. I thought Lucho played quite well against Las Glins, and of course we've seen the damage Mo did when he came on, got himself a goal, looked sharp, looked strong, exactly what you would expect from the great man. But the problem comes for us through the centre. What do you do? Do you go with Darwin again? A game where, look, he played well against Las Glins, but if he's had muscle injuries and a bit of fatigue already, do you start him that quickly? Thursday away from home to Sunday early at home? I think Jurgen will look to go with Cody Gakpo and then bring Darwin off. So, as I've said, I think it'll be Cody that starts through the middle. I'd be very happy to be wrong and from to play with Darwin, but I think he'd probably look to use Darwin off the bench in this one if things aren't going our way, maybe when the West Ham defence is tiring a little bit. And I also feel Elliott didn't really have a great game away in Las Glins either, so that's why I don't think he'll be in the starting 11 for this one. So that is pretty much it from me, my friends. Now it's over to you to let me know if you agree or disagree with my score prediction, my predicted 11, and again, we will be live from 1 PM on Sunday for the watch along. Hope you can come and join us for that, and thank you for your time as always. Much love, bye bye.